160+ members and indigenous nations. The UAN and its work are guided by the purposes and principles contained in its founding charter. The UAN is a manifestation of the profound connection amongst indigenous peoples across the world, including African, Andean, American, European, Caribbean, Oceanic, and Asian regions, rooted in shared wisdom, sustainable practices, and deep reverence for the earth. The United Ancient Nations serves as an international cultural and diplomatic organization focused on uniting indigenous cultures globally. Our governance structure is council-based without territorial claims, led by a collective leadership through our General Secretariat. As a non-state entity with UN-style advocacy, we focus on several key areas: cultural and digital heritage preservation, indigenous diplomacy, revival of indigenous knowledge systems to solve humanity's problems, global peace, environmental preservation, health and wellness, sustained economic development, indigenous and cultural tourism. While the UAN represents numerous indigenous cultures, the United States of Kalasa serves as the first indigenous nation specifically for Hindus. Kalasa's mission is focused on the revival of the ancient enlightened Sanatana Hindu civilization, with a formal governance structure including a head of state, ministers, and ambassadors. Under the leadership of SPH, Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivham, Kalasa has achieved recognition as a sovereign subject of international law, possessing distinctive attributes of juridical statehood. The United States of Kalasa is the main sponsor of the proposed UAN headquarters. This initiative would bring forth an estimated $100 million in revenue for the host country through summits, conferences, tourism, and development projects. The proposed UAN headquarters would represent the world's indigenous nations and peoples through its architectural design. It would blend the best of all worlds, featuring top modern architecture, the highest green building standards, and ancient Vastu architectural principles. This headquarters would serve as a central hub for indigenous diplomacy, cultural preservation, and collaborative efforts towards sustainable development and global peace. Through this initiative, we aim to create a dignified platform for indigenous leadership rooted in ancestral wisdom, cultural legitimacy, and collaborative innovation, enhancing global dialogue and regional stability. The establishment of the UAN headquarters would position a host country at the forefront of a global movement promoting indigenous wisdom while creating significant economic opportunities for the nation and its people. Established since 2002 in the United States of America, the United Ancient Nations is an intergovernmental organization, currently made up of 160+ members and indigenous nations. The UAN and its work are guided by the purposes and principles contained in its founding charter. The UAN is a manifestation of the profound connection amongst indigenous peoples across the world, including African, Andean, American, European, Caribbean, Oceanic, and Asian regions, rooted in shared wisdom, sustainable practices, and deep reverence for the earth. The United Ancient Nations serves as an international cultural and diplomatic organization focused on uniting indigenous cultures globally. Our governance structure is council-based without territorial claims, led by a collective leadership through our General Secretariat. As a non-state entity with UN-style advocacy, we focus on several key areas: cultural and digital heritage preservation, indigenous diplomacy, revival of indigenous knowledge systems to solve humanity's problems, global peace, environmental preservation, health and wellness, sustained economic development, indigenous and cultural tourism. While the UAN represents numerous indigenous cultures, the United States of Kalasa serves as the first indigenous nation specifically for Hindus. Kalasa's mission is focused on the revival of the ancient enlightened Sanatana Hindu civilization, with a formal governance structure including a head of state, ministers, and ambassadors. Under the leadership of SPH, Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivham, Kalasa has achieved recognition as a sovereign subject of international law, possessing distinctive attributes of juridical statehood. The United States of Kalasa is the main sponsor of the proposed UAN headquarters. This initiative would bring forth an estimated $100 million in revenue for the host country through summits, conferences, tourism, and development projects. The proposed UAN headquarters would represent the world's indigenous nations and peoples through its architectural design. It would blend the best of all worlds, featuring top modern architecture, the highest green building standards, and ancient Vastu architectural principles. This headquarters would serve as a central hub for indigenous diplomacy, cultural preservation, and collaborative efforts towards sustainable development and global peace. Through this initiative, we aim to create a dignified platform for indigenous leadership rooted in ancestral wisdom, cultural legitimacy, and collaborative innovation, enhancing global dialogue and regional stability. The establishment of the UAN headquarters would position a host country at the forefront of a global movement promoting indigenous wisdom while creating significant economic opportunities for the nation and its people. Established since 2002 in the United States of America, the United Ancient Nations is an intergovernmental organization, currently made up of 160+ members and indigenous nations. The UAN and its work are guided by the purposes and principles contained in its founding charter. The UAN is a manifestation of the profound connection amongst indigenous peoples across the world, including African, Andean, American, European, Caribbean, Oceanic, and Asian regions, rooted in shared wisdom, sustainable practices, and deep reverence for the earth. The United Ancient Nations serves as an international cultural and diplomatic organization focused on uniting indigenous cultures globally. Our governance structure is council-based without territorial claims, led by a collective leadership through our General Secretariat. As a non-state entity with UN-style advocacy, we focus on several key areas: cultural and digital heritage preservation, indigenous diplomacy, revival of indigenous knowledge systems to solve humanity's problems, global peace, environmental preservation, health and wellness, sustained economic development, indigenous and cultural tourism. While the UAN represents numerous indigenous cultures, the United States of Kalasa serves as the first indigenous nation specifically for Hindus. Kalasa's mission is focused on the revival of the ancient enlightened Sanatana Hindu civilization, with a formal governance structure including a head of state, ministers, and ambassadors. Under the leadership of SPH, Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, BHAGAVAN Nithyananda Paramashivham, Kalasa has achieved recognition as a sovereign subject of international law, possessing distinctive attributes of juridical statehood. The United States of Kalasa is the main sponsor of the proposed UAN headquarters. This initiative would bring forth an estimated $100 million in revenue for the host country through summits, conferences, tourism, and development projects. The proposed UAN headquarters would represent the world's indigenous nations and peoples through its architectural design. It would blend the best of all worlds, featuring top modern architecture, the highest green building standards, and ancient Vastu architectural principles. This headquarters would serve as a central hub for indigenous diplomacy, cultural preservation, and collaborative efforts towards sustainable development and global peace. Through this initiative, we aim to create a dignified platform for indigenous leadership rooted in ancestral wisdom, cultural legitimacy, and collaborative innovation, enhancing global dialogue and regional stability. The establishment of the UAN headquarters would position a host country at the forefront of a global movement promoting indigenous wisdom while creating significant economic opportunities for the nation and its people. Established since 2002 in the United States of America, the United Ancient Nations is an intergovernmental organization, currently made up of 160+ members and indigenous nations. The UAN and its work are guided by the purposes and principles contained in its founding charter. The UAN is a manifestation of the profound connection amongst indigenous peoples across the world, including African, Andean, American, European, Caribbean, Oceanic, and Asian regions, rooted in shared wisdom, sustainable practices, and deep reverence for the earth. The United Ancient Nations serves as an international cultural and diplomatic organization focused on uniting indigenous cultures globally. Our governance structure is council-based without territorial claims, led by a collective leadership through our General Secretariat. As a non-state entity with UN-style advocacy, we focus on several key areas: cultural and digital heritage preservation, indigenous diplomacy, revival of indigenous knowledge systems to solve humanity's problems, global peace, environmental preservation, health and wellness, sustained economic development, indigenous and cultural tourism. While the UAN represents numerous indigenous cultures, the United States of Kalasa serves as the first indigenous nation specifically for Hindus. Kailasa's mission is focused on the revival of the ancient enlightened Sanatana Hindu civilization with a formal governance structure including a head of state, ministers, and ambassadors. Under the leadership of SPH, Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivham, Kailasa has achieved recognition as a sovereign subject of international law, possessing distinctive attributes of juridical statehood. The United States of Kailasa is the main sponsor of the proposed UAN headquarters. This initiative would bring forth an estimated $100 million in revenue for the host country through summits, conferences, tourism, and development projects. The proposed UAN headquarters would represent the world's indigenous nations and peoples through its architectural design. It would blend the best of all worlds, featuring top modern architecture, the highest green...
As the ultimate manifestation of Paramashiva, Kalyana Sundaramurti, Uma Maheshwaramurti, Sukhasanamurti, Umeshamurti, Gauri Leela Samanvitamurti, Gauri Varapratamurti. I bless you all with Paramadvaita. Paramashivasya, Kalyana Sundara, Uma Maheshwara, Sukhasana, Umesha, Gauri Leela Samanvita, Gauri Varapratamurtinam, Paramavatare, Paramadvaita Praptaye, Akam Yushmabhyam Sarvebhyah, Asishaha Datam. Om. 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 Paramashiva's direct message on this auspicious occasion of Mahar Sankranti and Kumbh Mela celebrations happening today is Mattu Pongal festival. Paramashiva does, Paramashiva and Paramashiva Shakti play a beautiful Ananda Tandava and Tiruvudal Utsavam. Paramashiva's direct message on this auspicious occasion. Paramadvaita should be lived and manifested in every level. So Paramasatya becomes life inside you and life outside you. Listen. Your life is not just life inside you. Your life is life inside you and life outside you, and the outside life's impact on your inside. All the three put together is your life. Your life inside, your life outside, and the outside life's impact on your inside life. All these three put together is you. Understand? Last few days of satsang, I'm elaborately explaining how the Paramadvaita should be experienced in cognition level, emotional level, social level, moral level, spiritual level, environmental level. Listen carefully. How Paramadvaita should be experienced, how Paramadvaita should become your reality in cognition level, emotional level, social level, moral level, spiritual level, environmental level. You all need to know how it can be experienced, why it is important, why you cannot take some component of this truth lightly. One of the biggest life negative idea drilled into the Hindu mind to lose their enlightenment ecosystem. It's the worst conspiracy done against enlightened civilization. Listen, I'll expose this conspiracy done against the Hindu civilization, the ancient enlightened Hindu civilization today very clearly. I'll reveal the Paramasatyas as it is. Listen, experiencing Paramadvaita in cognition level, emotional level, social level, moral level, spiritual level, environmental level. In this first cognition level, it should start. First, it should start does not mean that is the only first priority. A deep misunderstanding, misinterpretation by the anti-Hindu elements, vested interests. Even Hindus started believing the idea of Hinduism imposed on Hindus by invaders and colonizers. The funny thing, people who want to make slave out of you, people who want to make literally slaves out of you, are teaching about your ancient enlightened civilization. Shamelessly you are swallowing that narrative and you expect that to be the true narrative. Is there no limit for your criminal negligence and naiveness? Oh, Hindu civilization, wake up! Shrunvandu Vishwe Amritasya Putraha. O sons of immortality, wake up! Vedahameham Purusham Mahantam. Because I know the truth, ultimate truth. I am explaining it to you all. I am sharing it with you all. Listen, the most beautiful, most powerful, most wonderful, ancient, enlightened Hindu civilization was radiating Paramadvaita in all these 6 levels: cognition level, emotional level, social level, moral level, spiritual level, environmental level. Understand? First, it should start in cognition level, no doubt. But that is not just the first priority. First, it should start, but all the 6 are priorities. You cannot live Paramadvaita just in cognition level and emotional level alone. and think your life is fulfilled, will be fulfilled. No, it won't. Wake up to the basic truth of life. If the law of the land is completely against Hinduism, anti-Hindu, against these great principles of Paramadvaita, how do you expect your life to radiate Paramadvaita? Slowly, not only you forget your Paramashivatva, you start believing Paramashivatva is impossible, and the stories about the Paramashivatva and people radiating, living enlightenment, you start thinking these are all myth, legend, false, lies, stories. That is the way invaders and colonizers brainwashed the whole Hindu civilization. First thing they said, all these Puranas are not true. They used their fake science and fake rationalism as a weapon against the Hindu race. Usually, the pseudoscience and fake rationalism is used as the weapon in the hands of the races to destroy the great ancient civilization. Hindus are falling prey for it, not only getting brainwashed, Hindus even started believing the enlightened Hindu civilization's principles will not generate wealthy society. Hey, before this colonization, oh Hindus, you are the richest economy in the world. You are the superpower of the known human civilization. 40% of the world GDP was Hindu nation's GDP. I am talking from the facts, not any story. Wake up to the truth. Sanatana Hindu Dharmic civilization is not only capable of making you wealthy civilization, it is capable of making you responsibly wealthy. It is from Sanatana Hindu civilization. All the best things present in the world, in the whole humanity, came out. The best fruits humanity is enjoying is from the ancient, enlightened, Sanatana Hindu civilization's gift to the world. When you radiate Paramadvaita in cognition level, emotional level, social level, moral level, spiritual level, environmental level, you generate such large, innovative energy. Not just generating wealth, you develop such sublime, powerful, extremely life positive, political structure, administration structure, because so much importance is given to every individual's complete wellness, physical wellness, mental wellness, emotional wellness, wealth, a blissful, peaceful, happy relationships. So understand, I am revealing some of the Paramasatya, ultimate truths before the colonization. 40% of the world GDP was from Hindu civilization. Not only richest, 40% of the world GDP. So many authentic researchers and scholars are making a statement about how rich Hindu civilization was, how great Hindu civilization was when Hindus started believing, or I should say, forcibly brainwashed and made to believe that cognition level and emotional level, Paramadvaita is enough, not that just they lost the glorious civilization, they don't even have a spine, backbone to stand up again. You need to do Purvavaksha. Why you were great, why you are suffering now, who is responsible, what is responsible for your suffering, and how to get out of it, how to become great again. The only way is reviving the ancient enlightened Sanatana Hindu civilization in cognition level, emotional level, social level, moral level, spiritual level, and environmental level. Last 2 days, Paramashiva is revealing the deeper and deeper truths on this very subject. Today, I'll be revealing more deeper truths on this very subject. And I will also answer your questions on this very subject. Why Paramadvaita should be manifested in all 6 levels? Listen. Why it should be done, how it should be done, what way it should be done, when it should be done, all this should be thoroughly understood in cognition and emotional level. When you start radiating Paramadvaita, you will experience inner peace. Good way to start, but wrong way to end. If you stop with that, listen, if you just stop with experiencing Paramadvaita in cognition level and emotional level, you will be absolutely criminally negligent. Not only you will not transmit this experience to the next generation, keep it alive for the next generation, even you will start doubting your Paramadvaita experience inside you as maybe fantasy, maybe some illusion, maybe some delusion. Paramashiva manifested Kailasa to radiate Paramadvaita in cognition level, emotional level, social level, moral level, spiritual level, and environmental level. Understand? When Paramadvaita is radiated, manifested in social level, everyone you deal in your life will see you as the ultimate reality Paramashiva. You will see them as ultimate reality Paramashiva. Literally, you will be seeing Paramashiva in everyone. Understand? These are not just fantasy. When Krishna says in Gita, my devotee sees me in everyone. They see me in everyone and within them. Krishna beautifully reveals in Bhagavad Gita. When Krishna says in Gita, my devotees see me everywhere, in every being, it is not some myth or fantasy or a dream story is selling. No. It is possible experientially. It is possible experientially. In social level, when you experience Paramadvaita, you see God in every living being. I'll explain how it is possible. Before that, I'll take few minutes to welcome very important personalities and statesmen, some of the presidents and kings of indigenous kingdoms joined today for the Kumbh Mela celebration. Right now, Kumbh Mela Shahi Snan Yatra is happening in Kailasa, USA, Los Angeles, and Kailasa, Prayag. And in Kailasa, Tiruvannamalai, the Magara Shankaranti, Tiruvudal Utsavam is happening. Paramashiva and Paramashiva Shakti are dancing right now in front of Arunagiri Yogeshwarar Sannidhi, and Utsavams of celebrations are happening all over the world, and Kailasa is celebrating Kumbh Mela globally. Many presidents and kings have joined for this Kumbh Mela celebration. Adan Marzelian Vargas Canas, president of Terimiat Achuar, Irutkamu, Indigenous Nation, Guarani Nation, Adan Marzalian Vargas Canas, the President of Guarani Nation from Ecuador, I welcome you with my love and respects. Danny Choas, Vice President and Representative of Pueblo Montubio del Nation, Ecuador. Pueblo Montubio del Ecuador, Montubio Nation. Thank you for being here. I welcome Denny Quez, Vice President of Pueblo Montubio del Ecuador, Montubio Nation. Honorary Lies Helen Rosales Perez, National Deputy of Bolivia. Thank you for being here representing your nation. Honorable Herbert Teboda Perez, National Deputy of Bolivia. Thank you for being here representing your nation. Pandit Rajesh Bizu, Founder and Spiritual Head of Carlson Field Hindu Mandir, Chaguanas, Trinidad Tobago. Welcome Pandit Rajesh Bishoji. Augustine Senan Marian Yunuk, President of Yapapas Nation, Shuar Nation, Republic of Ecuador. Thank you for being here. I welcome all the presidents and kings of the indigenous kingdoms. Listen, when you complete with everyone around you, all your family members, your teamly members, people with whom you work, you share your life, people with whom you share your working time and your family time, your personal time, people who are part of your public life, private life, secret life. When you enrich them with living enlightenment, Paramadvaita, I tell you, your whole life will take a 360-degree turn. Usually you hear a word U-turn or 90-degree turn. When I say 360-degree turn, I mean upward. You manifest totally a new, higher reality. When people around you see you as Paramashiva and you see them as Paramashiva, I tell you, that is heaven. Because so much of sensitivity, friendliness, love, care will be added in every interaction, not just in every relationship, even in every interaction. Every interaction will be blissful. That's why Krishna says, Sarva Bhuta Stitam Yomam Bhaje Bhajatyekvam Astitaha Sarvata Vartamanopi Sayogi Mayi Vartate. The yogi who is established in union with me and worships me as the Supreme Soul, residing in all beings, dwells only in me though engaged in all kinds of activities. This is Bhagavad Gita, chapter 6, 31st verse. Listen carefully. It is practically possible. People believe only if you go and sit in the forest and do some tapas, this is possible. Listen. With intense completion and enriching everyone around you with living enlightenment, it is possible in your very life. In your very life, it is possible. Love makes you feel your beloved is God. Your beloved in turn makes you feel you are God. Listen. You see God in the eyes of your beloved. In turn, when your beloved sees God in you, the completion of godliness happens so deeply. It's God's love beginning in you and reaching to your people, and the God's love overpowering them and poured back on you. When this love cycle gets completed, you literally experience Paramashiva, Paramadvaita in your social level. Not just in your relationships alone, every interaction will be so fulfilling. Every face you see brings tremendous smile, joy, bliss. Sarvabhuta sthitam yomam bhajatyekvam astitaha sarvada vartamanopi sayogi mayi vartade is not some myth or story. The yogi who is established in union with me, Paramadvaita with me, worships me as a supreme soul residing in all beings, dwells only in me, even if he is engaged in all kinds of activities and relationships. Do not waste your life by experiencing Paramadvaita just in cognition and emotional level. Radiate it, share it, enrich everyone boldly. Break from this covered pattern. Be Shaiva Sarava, Vedanta Simha, Paramadvaita Sarava. Understand? Stop being intimidated by your patterns. I should say, shrinking and living Paramadvaita just in cognition and emotional level is a life of covered life. Learn the basic truth. Only when you start boldly enriching people around you with Paramadvaita, your Paramadvaita experience will start settling in you permanently, and not only that, only then your Paramadvaita experience will make your life ecstatic. Listen, Paramadvaita is not something like you will experience only during meditation, in cognition level, in emotional level, just during puja. No, it should fill your life more than your breathing. It is your very soul. When Krishna says, Sarva Bhuta Stitam Yomam Vajatyekvam Astitaha. Me manifesting in every being. Sarva Bhuta Stitam Yomam. Me established in all beings. A person who experiences this, experiences Paramadvaita in social level. At least those who dedicated their life for enlightenment, each Kailasa community, all of you sit and break your arrogance. Better experience Paramadvaita in social level now itself. Otherwise, even if I liberate you and take you to Mahakailasa after you leave the body, in 2 seconds you will see, oh, this place seems to be too different for me. It is culturally shocking. I don't want to be here. Better let me go back to Bhuloka. Why, Paramashiva? Within 2 seconds you will put yourself back to Bhuloka or lower lokas like Batala. If you want to live Mahakailasa, all devotees, all disciples, all those seekers of Paramadvaita, living enlightenment, all of you should do this. It's my spiritual advice. But for Kailasas, it's a legal requirement. It's a law. Sarvabhuta stitam yomam vajatyektvamastitaha sarvada vartamanopi sayogi mai vartate. Knowing I am residing in every being. Seeing and worshipping me in every being. Dwells in me even though he is engaged in all kinds of activities. This is what is the meaning of the morning ritual everyone does in Kailasa, Prata Pranam. In Kailasa, we have a tradition. Everyone has to touch everyone's feet after puja. After puja, all have to do namaskar, pranam to all. No age difference, nothing. This is for you to realize not as a ritual, but to realize Paramadvaita in social level. Paramadvaita in social level. Break your patterns, your anger, your violence, your arrogance, your incompletions with others, and enrich them with this great Paramasatya Paramadvaita. How you put your time, treasure, talent in building your relationships, same way, put your time, treasure, talent in building Paramadvaita centric relationships. Paramadvaita in your social level. Paramadvaita should be every day, sweetly, beautifully, radiating bliss. Bliss is the flavor of Paramadvaita. Bliss is the flavor of Paramadvaita. The way it radiates, the way it manifests, the way it manifests should be such intense, such powerful, such fulfilling. Only when Paramadvaita adds more and more intense bliss in you, experientially, you will realize why it is so important to experience Paramadvaita in all levels. Only if you start experiencing Paramadvaita with your boss, you will become innovative in your work. Only if you enrich them with Paramadvaita and start experiencing Paramadvaita with your team, you will become creative. Only if you experience Paramadvaita with your subordinates, you will stop all manipulation and you will be contributing. Listen, when you manifest Paramadvaita with your boss, you will become innovative. When you manifest Paramadvaita with your co-workers, with your team, you will become creative. When you manifest Paramadvaita with your subordinates, you will become contributing. All your manipulation and cunningness will stop. I tell you, if you are manipulating, exploiting in your workplace, even you will start hating yourself and you will shrink. That is the punishment you are giving for your own self. Don't ever think you will believe everyone around you is demon and you will be able to believe you are God. No. What you believe about everyone around you, you will start believing naturally about you also the same. Because third eye has both side vision. You need to know. Your two eyes can see only outside, but the third eye, when it is awakened, it sees both sides. The perception you have about others is always carried in third eye. If you wear the lens, the other person is Paramashiva, you will see the same Paramashiva inside. If you wear the lens, other person is demon, you will naturally see only demon inside. Do not ever think you will be able to maintain a dual standard. No. Others are all devils, cunning, exploitative. They don't care about Swamiji's teachings, Paramadvaita, living enlightenment. I am a seeker. I gave up everything and came to Kailasa for enlightenment. Oh, you don't know about others. They are all just cheats. Listen. With this arrogance, don't think you will be able to perceive yourself as Paramashiva. No. Only when you see everyone as Paramashiva, you will see you as Paramashiva. All those who came to Kailasa for experiencing Paramashiva to be around me, be clear. It's a law in Kailasa, not just a spiritual advice, not just dharma, law. Learn this, then expect to be in Mahakailasa. Everyone around you bring completion. If you say, no, I cannot come to completion with this person, he is exploiting, he is manipulating, then don't expect if you change the ecosystem, you will get completion. Many people try to tell me, oh, with this ecosystem I cannot live, put me in some other ecosystem, there I will start living completion. If you are not able to live, bring completion and Paramadvaita in one ecosystem, you are going to do the same everywhere, because you have not brought Paramadvaita inside you and you are not interested in bringing Paramadvaita outside you. So, any ecosystem you go, you are going to do the same mess. Only when you break this arrogance, complete with all the past crimes, past mess-ups, expose your cancer, allow your ecosystem to clean you up, help you to complete, live a happy, blissful life of Paramadvaita. You will manifest Paramadvaita in social level. Only then you will even become innovative in your work. I tell you, after seeing billions of people, I am very clear. Only sincere seekers, those who are sincerely interested in manifesting Paramadvaita, only they are creative. Because they see Seeing Paramashiva in everyone is a real, and it makes life celebration. You need to break all your insecurities, the tumors, cancer, pus inside you. You need to melt all the frozen ego and arrogance. Your heart needs to flower with the ultimate truth, and you should make sure you are sincerely enriching others. You are holding the space for others, sincerely enriching others, holding the space for others, and you are bringing collective integrity. Whether you are part of Rajya Sabha member or Chit Sabha member or Kailasavasti, take this as your life. Social level, Paramatvaita has to become your reality. Only then you will start believing our great ancient enlightened Hindu civilization was true. Only then you will realize really we had people like Rama, people like Sita. They all really lived. Really we had people like Pandavas. We had people like Gopikas. We had people like Krishna. We had these beings walking on the earth. Only when you bring Paramatvaita in social level, you will realize how sweet life is. Listen, when you see others' eyes seeing you as Paramashiva, you get confidence in your Paramashivatva. Do not underestimate the people around you, their influence on you. Don't underestimate the continuous unconscious influence people around you wield over you. The people around you heavily influence you. Unconsciously, they mold your conclusion about you by the way they behave with you. Bring Paramatvaita in social level. Only then the next step. Bring Paramatvaita in moral level. Paramatvaita in moral level means by law you are all bound to do all your interactions in Paramatvaita level. Their word given becomes more stronger than legal document signed. I have seen my own grandfather. They used to do this loan the banker business. Whether they receive deposit or they give loan, the word they give in front of Arunachaleshwara's photo, Arunachaleshwara's photo will be there behind them. In front of that photo, the word they give is more stronger than any legal document they sign. I have seen the deposits of the grandfathers will be returned returned with interest to the grandkids without any promissory note or the legal document being produced. When the grandson comes, my grandfather will tell, hey, your grandfather has deposited this much money, so this many years interest is this, this whole thing put together is this. Whenever you want to withdraw, you can come and take it. The grandkid will say, oh, my grandfather never told me, neither my father told me, both of them have died. Only now I came to know they have a deposit with you. I'll take it when I want. When they want, they will come and it will be handed over without a single penny less. I am telling you, not just in money interaction, even in relationships, the word given is far more important than life itself. See Bhishma, he experiences Paramadvaita in moral level. It is so strong, he kept his vow of brahmacharya because the word he uttered more important than his very life. Actually, the Amba, she was threatening Bhishma, if you don't marry me, I will be the cause for your death. But Bhishma said, that is up to you, but I cannot, as I have taken the vow of brahmacharya till my life. Nothing can be done. She goes and does tapas, asks boon from Mahadeva, takes one more birth as Sikandi, comes back, kills Bhishma, but Bhishma remains with his vow of brahmacharya because the word given is more important than life. Integrity is more important than life because even if you lose life here and keep integrity, you will have life in higher worlds. But if you lose integrity, even if you have life in this Bhumandala, it is going to be maybe 100 years or maybe little more than maybe 200, just between 100 to 200 years. Then after that, integrity and Paramadvaita is values beyond time. Your life is within time. Paramadvaita experience in moral level. See the personalities described in Mahabharata. Don't think this is all myth. No. Absolute truth. Whether the power of Draupadi, power of Kantari, power of Pandu, you should know. When you bring Paramadvaita to the moral level, you manifest such powerfulness in your life. Krishna, who played with all kinds of situations, even Brahmastras with which he played. Brahmastra of Ashwatthama, he managed and protected, revived Parikshittu. Purnavatara. But just because he gave a word to Vali, hey, whatever he said and done, he in Ramavatara killed Vali without directly waging war face to face from behind. So he tells Vali he will get killed in another incarnation by Vali same way. The word he gave, he fulfilled in Krishna Avatara. A person was managed so many people's curses in so many situations and saved so many of his devotees. How he saved Pandavas every day from so many different situations. Curses given by others and vows imposed by themselves. But he gave up the life finally, keeping up his word. Paramadvaita in moral level. Understand? Bringing Paramadvaita in moral level means your country law should be Paramadvaita. The cosmic law should be the country law where you live. Paramashiva manifested Mahakailasa and Kailasa for this purpose, to demonstrate Paramadvaita in moral level is possible to this world. That is why Paramashiva manifested Kailasa with sovereign land. Because to demonstrate, to prove to the world Paramadvaita in moral level is possible, you need sovereign land where Paramadvaita becomes cosmic law and country law. It becomes reality of all the interaction you do with everyone. Listen, I'll define this Paramadvaita in moral level more elaborately. Every interaction you do comes under moral level. Not just economical interaction, even the relationship interactions, the word you give for others. Even if you don't utter verbally, the commitment you make by being in that place, owning up to certain things, naturally brings the responsibility of that to you. Owning up to that, I tell you, wherever Kailasa was successful, it was by the people who manifested Paramadvaita in moral level. Whatever sufferings we went through internally and externally is because Paramadvaita was not manifested in moral level. Many have their own justification. Justifications do not bring life. One thing I realized, unless We have a sovereign land where Paramadvaita becomes law. That is the basis of all interaction and moral. Only then revival of enlightened Sanatana Hindu civilization is possible. It's a fundamental need. That is why Paramashiva manifested Maha Kailas, where Paramadvaita is a law. In every interaction you do, Paramadvaita is the law. It is literally heaven to live in that kind of ecosystem where Paramadvaita is a law. You will be so sure about yourself and others. So naturally, your whole energy moves towards creativity, innovation. It does not need to be all the time flowing towards insecurity, fear, the lower cognitions. Always you need to create plan B, safeguard things for your security. No. Your whole energy flows towards innovation, creativity, because Paramadvaita is law, moral of the nation. Paramadvaita is demonstrated, manifested, radiated. Paramadvaita radiates in moral level, means law of the country. The word you give is more important than the life itself. It's a joy to live with that kind of a spiritual stamina beings, conscious, competent beings. Even to see that kind of beings and live around that kind of beings empowers you, rejuvenates you, revives your trust on Paramadvaita, your trust on enlightened civilization. For all the Kailasavasis, my disciples, this is Guruvak, command. Guruvak. Give life for integrity. Give life to keep Paramadvaita in moral level. Like Bhishma, even if you give life to keep your integrity, you will have life in Mahakailasa. If you try to cling on to life by breaking your integrity, even here you will rot and die like Shaguni. Not only Shaguni died, you see, after all, Bhishma also died in the war, Shaguni also died in the war, but Shaguni had a cheap death. Shahuni had a cheap death. Bhishma could not be killed till the end. He was only made to stop fighting. He waited and left the body when he wanted on Makara Sankranti, exactly today. That's why it is called Bhishma Parva. This Parva is called, Makara Sankranti is called Bhishma Parva because he wanted to leave body during Uttarayana. He waited and left the body during Uttarayana. Best time to land on planet Earth is Margashirsha, that Margasirsha month. Best time to leave is Uttarayana. He waited for Uttarayana and left. So understand, those who live cunning life, clinging to life by compromising on integrity, breaking integrity, without any core values, live like a fox, die like a fox, cheap death. The people with spiritual stamina, conscious competence, for whom Paramadvaita is the law of their life, live like God on the planet Earth and leave like God from the planet Earth and reach Mahakailasa. Be there eternally in Paramadvaita. Build the stuff, real stuff, while you are in the body. Build real stuff while you are in the body. I'll continue to elaborate in further satsangs about how to manifest Paramadvaita in spiritual level and environmental level. I have a prayer request from Agustin Senan Marian Unu, the president of Yapapa's indigenous community of Shuar Nation. My prayers to Paramashiva and blessings for your health, of all your brothers and sisters and children and family and the people of your nation, parents, and the good relationship and unity in the community with all your partners. All your projects and aspirations will be successful, positive, fruitful, blessings. We will grow together and we will bring prosperity and auspiciousness to your nation. Blessings. You will be successful, fulfilled, prosperous in all your ambitions and projects and relationships. Blessings. Listen, I do have one more announcement. Sunday, February 2nd, the Grand Kumbh Mela Global Celebration, Global Mahakumbh Mela, is celebrated in Kailasa, USA, Don Knabe Park, Donknabe Park, Cerritos, California, in Los Angeles, Sunday, February 2nd, Grand Mahakumbh Mela in USA, Maha Kumbh Mela goes global. The global Kumbh Mela is celebrated in USA in a grand way. That is going to be the largest gathering of Sanatana Hindus in USA. All of you are welcome. To know more, visit Kumbh Mela USA website. usakumbhamela.net is the website. All the Hindu temples of North America, Sanatana Hindu Dharma Sangha is organizing. Hindu Parliament is organizing. So, you can get more details from the website usakumbhamela.net. So with this, I bless you all. Be blissful.
Nityananda, thank you for watching, and if you found the video enlightening,
please give it a like, share it with your loved ones, and subscribe to stay connected with us.
Don't forget to click the bell icon to receive the notifications.
Om. Om. Paramashivasya Chandrasekharamurti Chandesa Anigrahamurti Chakradhanamurti Garudantikamurti Gajantikamurti Kiradamurti Pasubadanagrahamurtinam Paramavadari Paramatvaita Praptaye Yushman Sarvan Asirvadam. As the ultimate manifestation of Paramashiva, Chandrasekhara, Chandesha Anugraha, Chakradhana, Garudantikamurti, Gajantikamurti, Kiradamurti, Pasubadanagrahamurti, and more. I bless you all with Paramatvaita. Oh, oh, oh. Paramashiva's message directly from Mahakailas to the sun. The words you utter towards yourself should be absolutely powerful, because the words you utter towards yourself consciously becomes your pattern, and even unconsciously you start repeating them inside you. So conscious programming of your cognition, your mind, your emotions, your body is fundamental spiritual practice all of you should do. Listen. The words you utter towards yourself matters. Do not use lower identity words thinking it's very cute. The third sutra of Paramashiva Sankalpa Upanishad. Shiva Sankalpa Upanishad's third sutra. Listen. Yat prajnanamuta cheto tridischa yajyotir antaramritam prajasu yasmannakrite kinchana karma kriyate tanme mana Shiva Sankalpamastu. Yat prajnanamuta cheto tritischa yajyotirantaramritam prajasu yasmannakrite kinchana karma kriyate tanme manah Shiva Sankalpamastu. Listen to the translation. Ola, the mind is endowed with the capacity to acquire and store the profoundest knowledge. The profoundest of knowledge. It is conscious and wise, erudite and skillful, intelligent and enlightened. It is blessed with the virtue of patience, resilience, fortitude, forbearance, and courage. It's an embodiment of light which is present in all the creatures as the factor that lightens up their inner self with an eternal source of illumination that dispels all their darkness and makes them wise, erudite, sagacious, skilled, expert, and knowledgeable. And it is that element without which nothing can be accomplished successfully. Let such a mind of mine be steadfast and possessed by the noblest qualities and virtues. Let it have the most auspicious and righteous of desires and aspirations. Listen. This verse is not teaching, it is conscious program. Earlier two verses are more like a revelation, teaching. But this verse is programming. You are supposed to repeat this verse 108 times. Read this translation 108 times. Tell this translation as a command to yourself. The mind is endowed with the capacity to acquire and store the profoundest of knowledge. It is conscious and wise, erudite and skillful, intelligent and enlightened. It is blessed with the virtue of patience, resilience, fortitude, forbearance, courage. It's an embodiment of light which is present in all creatures as the factor that lightens up their inner self with an eternal source of illumination that dispels All their darkness makes them wise, erudite, sagacious, skilled, expert and knowledgeable, and it is that element without which nothing can be accomplished successfully. Yat prajnanamuta cheto Tritischa yat jyotir antaramritam prachasu yasmannakrite kinchana karma kriyate tanme mana siva sankalpamastu. Listen. Last two verses, Bhagavan was talking to mind with patterns. Now, Bhagavan is talking to mind which has turned towards him. Mana unmana. Listen. Here, he is revealing more deeper truths, powerful truths, reality of life. This verse is more like a programming of your inner space. See, the essence of Paramashiva Bhakti is Om Ham Haum Shivaya Namaha. I surrender to Shiva. This is the essence of Paramashiva Bhakti. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. I exist as Paramashiva. This is the essence of Paramashiva Jnana. Maha Mantra of Paramashiva Bhakti is Shivaya Namaha. Maha Vakya of Paramashiva Jnana is Paramashivoham. The essence of Paramashiva Vijnana is Shiva, Shiva, Shiva. Listen. When you feel yourself with all your patterns, suffocations, pains, sufferings, hard, individual identity, then Shivaya Namaha is the best. When you become light, as this sutra reveals, conscious and wise, Cheto Tritischa, Cheto Tritischa, conscious and wise, light, radiating, then Paramashivoham is the right. When you realize to tell Shivaya Nama, you need to identify yourself as separate from Shiva. Only then you can say Shivaya Namaha. To tell Paramashivoham, again, you need to have something called you. Only then you can tell I am Paramashiva. When you realize you do not even have that level of clear you, listen. Neither Shivaya Nama nor Paramashivoham Shiva 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 Shivaya Nama is Paramashiva Bhakti. Paramashivoham is Paramashiva Jnana. Shiva 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 is Paramashiva Vijnana. So listen. Yat prajnanamutaccheto dhritischa yat jyotiranta antar amrutam prajasu yasmanna krite kinchana karma kriyate tanme mana shiva sankalpamastu. This verse reveals the truth of Paramashiva Jnana, where the programming of your mind needs to be with higher identity, where you need to repeatedly tell yourself, Yat prajnana mutacheto dhritischa yat jyotir antar amritam prajasu yasmanna krite kinchana karma kriyate tanme mana shiva sankalpamastu. The mind is endowed with the capacity to acquire and store the profoundest of knowledge. It is conscious and wise, erudite and skillful, intelligent and enlightened. It is blessed with the virtue of patience, resilience, fortitude, forbearance, and courage. It's an embodiment of light which is present in all the creatures as the factor that lightens up their inner self with an eternal source of illumination that dispels all their darkness and makes them wise, erudite, sagacious, skilled, expert, and knowledgeable. And it is that element without which nothing can be accomplished successfully. Let such a mind of mine be steadfast and possessed of the noblest qualities and virtues. Let it have the most auspicious and righteous of desires and aspirations. Listen. In the beginning, your mind is loaded with patterns, pains, sufferings. At that time, the best way is Namah Shivaya, Shivaya Namah. Then, when it evolves, you start realizing, when you start digging out your patterns, having conscious access, your identity loses its relevance. You even start doubting. Your identity is too vague, shallow. It just changes with anything it associates itself. With anything it associates, it takes that form, that color, that shade, that mood. Please understand, when you wake up to the truth, your individuality is not as solid as you think or as you were thinking. When you get conscious access to your individuality and realizing you were deluded about your individuality and it does not have a solid existence, then the process for you is Paramashivoham. When you realize, even to repeat Paramashivoham, remember Paramashivoham, there is no aham in you, then just Shiva, Shiva, Shiva. Because to say Shivaya Nama or Shivoham, you need your individual identity and you are not sure about it. Sometimes it feels very huge, like a large tumor. Sometimes it has just melted down, shining mirror, radiating. So you don't know your existence and you are not sure of your existence. You are confused about your existence. You feel vague about your identity. Then you don't need Shivaya Nama or Shivoham. Just Shiv, 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 because only He exists. You don't even know how much you exist and how much you don't exist. So, Shiva, Shiva, Shiva is Paramashiva Vijnana, ultimate truth. This verse is Paramashiva Jnana. This verse can liberate you from many of your bondages, prepare you towards Paramashiva Vijnana. Repeating this verse, repeating this translation internally, powerfully as a conscious cognition, will awaken your whole being for Paramashiva Vijnana. Your identity has no relevance when you try to have conscious access to yourself and conscious access to others. You wake up to the truth. Your identity itself is not solid. It is just flowing liquid or evaporating steam. In this verse, what Paramashiva reveals is an amazing truth about Paramashiva Jnana. So all of you listen to this satsang, write this mantra, this sutra and the translation either by hand or type. Don't do auto type or don't try to type just once and multiply it by 108. No. Either you write 108 times so you are consciously imbibing, or type 108 times so you are consciously imbibing. Your attention span should increase by consciously cognizing this verse. Samyama on this sutra should be done intensely. Yat prajnanamuta cheto pratischa yat jyotir antaramritam prajasu yasman krite kinchana karma kriyate tanme mana shiva sankalpamastu. In this, the yasmanna krite, the it is silence. Yasmanna krite kinchana karma kriyate tanme mana shiva sankalpamastu. Many times you need to know which letter is silent. Never follow masses, because in masses M is silent. So understand, you should know which letter is silent in which word. You may be thinking you are following the masses and you will end up following because you did not know the letter M is silent in the word masses. Bless you all. Be blissful.
If you found this video entertaining, entraining, and enlightening, take a moment to like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the bell icon. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Oh, oh, oh. Paramashivasya Mahasadaashivamurte Paramavatare Maya Bhavadvyah Sarvebhyah Paramadvaitasya Asidiyate. பரமசிவ பரம்பொருளின் பரம வெளிப்பாடான மகா சதாசிவமூர்த்தியாக உங்கள் அனைவருக்கும் பரமாத்வைதத்தை அருளி ஆசீர்வதிக்கின்றேன். As the ultimate manifestation of Paramashiva's Mahasadashiva Murti, I bless you all with Paramadvaita. Paramashivoham program level 1, level 2, level 3 for all of you. Today I initiate intense Kundalini awakening. Om, Om, Om. All the Paramashivoham program level 2 participants, you will experience the power of integrity, authenticity, responsibility, and enrichment. All the Paramashivoham program level 3 participants, I shower you all with Paramadvaita, with Paramashiva, and experience spontaneous, simultaneous, supralogic of Mahasadashiva Murti. You will experience Brahmanda in Pindanda. Focus on the source of your first person. You will experience Brahmanda in Pindanda. Now I'll initiate all the new Kailasavasis waiting for initiation. Krama Brahmacharya, Apat Sannyasa, Naishtika Brahmacharya, Gurukul, Grihastha, all the orders and all the Sarvanyapita Yajamans, Sarvanyapita Kartas, Sarvanyapita Adishwars, Sarvanyapita intention, Sarvanyapita manifestors, Sarvanyapita intention, Sarvanyapita manifestors, Sarvanyapita Yajamans, Sarvanyapita Karta manifestors, Sarvanyapita Kartas, Sarvanyapita Ishwar manifestors, Sarvanyapita Ishwar, my blessings to all of you. All of you listen. Now the biggest subject, talk of the town is, how will Kailasa run without tax? How will Kailasa run without police? Listen carefully. I'll give you few reasons why I decided to run Kailasa without policing. First thing, my deep trust on Paramashiva manifesting in me, my Paramashivatva. And when this experience is transmitted, those awakened individuals, how they cognize life and live life. My trust, Shraddha to my Paramashivatva and my Shraddha on your Paramashivatva gave me the guts to decide, gave me the courage to decide. Kailasa can be run without police and jail, just through the spiritual guidance, training, evolving. So understand, last 40 years, I should say my first 16 years, I will call it as a training period because I was under my gurus. When they all sat in Jiva Samadhi, Maha Samadhi, I started working with public. So 1994 to 2024, last 30 years, intensely working with people from all culture, all different religion, race, caste, creed, gender, from all backgrounds, working with human beings from every continent of the world, every country of the world, every corner of the world. I have developed a powerful methodology to transform any being and transmit this Paramashivatva to any being. Listen. I am 47. Take that first 16 years as a training period. I was under my gurus. After my gurus did my Yoga Pattabhishekam and sat in Samadhi from 1994 to till now, 2024. 30 years. Non-stop, continuously, day in and day out, without a single day vacation. Focused. My commitment, intense, sincere hard work with human beings gave me guts, courage, strength to trust this great science of Paramashivatva. Shraddha on my Paramashivatva Shraddha on the system's ability to transmit this experience to any being. When that experience is transmitted, how every being starts operating, the inspired, transformed, excited being. How he works, cognizes himself and operates. After thoroughly studying, I am giving you some of the ultimate truths, conclusions I have arrived. Fundamentally, people are good. Listen, fundamentally, human beings are good. It is the ecosystem in which they are placed in destroys them. So any mess up, mistake, crime, criminal negligence, any of it is because of the ecosystem. So understand, the fundamental truths. If someone sacrifices their time, treasure, talent, creates the positivity, positive ecosystem through the intense tapas, through their competence to transmit this experience to others. Listen, if one person through intense tapas decides to sacrifice everything, and develops competence to transmit this Paramashivatva experience to others, and creates an ecosystem. Human beings not only does not need policing, punishments, not only they will be crime free, they will teach the world, set a trend for a crime free community, crime free society. I am repeating. Last 40 years, a whole generation of Hindus sacrificed their time, treasure, talent along with me. Actually, in this generation, Hindus, I should add my gurus also. My gurus also sacrifice their time, treasure, talent, everything to train me, evolve me, teach me. I tell you, the sincere training each one of my gurus gave me, I still remember my guru, one of my acharya, Panduranganar. He taught me Adishaivam and the whole tradition of the Adishaivam. He will usually sit and give lectures, classes in Tiruvannamalai temple every day, almost every day. And whenever there is a large crowd, he will always make me sit next to him in the stage to help him, assist him, to sing along with him. Whenever he sees a large crowd attending the session, suddenly he will act as if he has a little throat glitch and tell me, now you speak. Then immediately I will start sitting, small boy, with all the full vibhuti, kumkum, rudraksha, and whatever I heard and memorized, I'll start repeating. He will listen everything patiently. After the satsang is over, naturally people will appreciate for a small kid sitting and talking elaborately all the big philosophies and principles. He will be so happy. He will ask me to give vibhuti for all those devotees and participants who come for the satsang. So when we are coming back from the temple, he will speak very well. All the throat glitch, cough, nothing will be there. I asked him, what happened to your throat glitch? What happened to your throat pain? You are talking so well now. He will laugh. I clearly understood to give me confidence of speaking in public, to give me courage to explain these truths, to encourage me, to inspire me, to excite me. He will go to any extent. Constantly remembering only about grooming me. There is no selfishness or self-pride or I am on the stage, I should occupy everything. No. Such great personality. He has written 100 books. All of you should know. 100 books he has written, and he has also made an organization to print all those 100 books free of cost and distribute left, right, center. His whole house full of research material. Everything about the Adishaivam. Agamas, Puranas, Arunachala Purana, and not only the research material like olden times palm leaf and then modern time books, printed books, and between the palm leaf and book printing, there was something like a thick paper in which they will write by hand. And they will cover the whole thing with a red cloth and open the red cloth and read. That kind of collections, manuscripts you call it. And his own researches, conclusions. I have seen some of the scripts or the writings which he has done, detailing elaborately he has done so much research on temples, Adishaiva, tradition, agamas, everything. Such great personality, but always focused on grooming me, training me, evolving me. Absolutely unselfish. Here is the photograph. You can see him. Absolutely unselfish. Extremely dedicated. You can see his photograph here. Every day, his house and the temple was 3 kilometer distance. Even during his old age, not only he will try to come by cycle or sitting behind somebody's two-wheeler or by walk, he will come. In temple, he had a regular tradition of chanting the Devaram, Tiruvasagam, the traditional chants. He will finish that, then come and sit and start giving classes. Sometimes no one will come, only I will be sitting, but just for me he will come. It is like one generation sacrifice themselves in training me and along with me. I tell you, that is why when I say always, it comes like 40 years, 40 years. Because my gurus also have sacrificed themselves for me. My gurus working on me, transmitting this Paramadvaita Anubhuti and knowledge, both. And after they sat in Jiva Samadhi, I started working. All these put together, almost 40 years, little roughly this side and that side, 40 years. Working with millions of people from all over the world, from all creed, caste, religion, race, gender, all backgrounds, all nationalities. I have come to a clear understanding. Fundamentally, human beings are good. We just need to awaken that goodness in them, awaken the consciousness in them, awakened being, inspired being, conscious being, not only will not commit crimes, they will set a trend for crime-free society. It is my deep Shraddha, unshakable Shraddha on Paramashivatva. Listen, my unshakable Shraddha on Paramashivatva. My unshakable Shraddha on the ability to transmit this experience, and my deep Shraddha on those transformed human beings' behavior gave me the guts to create an ecosystem where spiritual dharma shastras are enough to live as a society. It is the ecosystems create mess. If the ecosystem is built on somebody's tyaga, I tell you, the tyaga needed to build the ecosystem is relentlessly, tirelessly, without giving up on, continuously explaining to people, guiding people, repeating the instructions till it gets into their listening. Even my enemies will accept I am very good at that. Even the traitors and enemies of me and Kailasa will accept I am very good at tirelessly, relentlessly working, guiding, inspiring, transforming human beings. I might have spent 10 years guiding, inspiring, transforming, building one person. Along with him, the department, ministry was managing. But for some reason, if replacement is needed, when the next person comes, from scratch, I'll start the instructions, building that person and the department back. Tirelessly, relentlessly, unaware of any boredom, absolutely fresh with the beginner's mind. I'll start from scratch. I tell you, I still remember one of the anti-Hindu element is not my sympathizer or a disciple, devotee. It's an anti-Hindu element, came just to do some destruction, blackmailing in 2003, almost 20 years back, 19, 20 years back. After studying thoroughly, he wrote an abusive article. He wanted to destroy. That was his purpose. But the article, without even his knowledge, he documents few things. He says after studying him thoroughly for 1 year, day in and day out, being around him, he was there around me for more than 1 year. 24 hours. I found one thing. Nithyananda, he writes, Nithyananda has an unshakable trust on his experience and the Shastra Pramana of Hinduism, which authenticates his experience. So, future he is going to be a powerful Hindu leader. He was actually different religion, means anti-Hindu force, and he wrote, he said, then he wrote about me that because I am going to revive Sanatana Hindu Dharma in a large scale, all the anti-Hindu elements should gang up now and destroy him, or it will be too late. Before he is known to the world, finish him off, or it will be too late. That was the article he wrote. I tell you, his purpose may be wrong, but his assessment was right. He told clearly, at that time itself, the biggest strength of Nithyananda is his unshakable Shraddha in his Anubhuti of Paramadvaita and his unshakable Shraddha in the Shastras, Shastra Pramanas, validating his Anubhuti. I tell you, the biggest strength I have is my Shraddha towards my Paramadvaita Anubhuti and my Shraddha on Shastra Pramanas, and last 30 years of my experience, expertise I developed by working with millions of people from various backgrounds and cultures, gives me the confidence, guts to build a nation with Dharma Shastras as the core strength. By now, after being attacked, persecuted so much, abused, persecuted, every form of persecution, all. After all this, with the grace of Paramashiva, I have developed some kind of an expertise to see through and evolved a perfect system to transform anyone, and also the team to hold this ecosystem. Ultimately, to create a crime-free society, all we need is somebody who sacrifices his time, treasure, talent, and continues continuously guiding people, inspiring people, exciting people to live an enlightened life, to be focused on enlightened life. And I am ready to do that sacrifice. Track record shows I have already done that sacrifice for last 30 years minimum. And I am successful in creating the ecosystems in multiple countries, which is still standing tall even after so much persecution from various anti-Hindu elements. Hey, listen, being my devotee, part of my Kailasa is never easy or socially fashionable. People face so much attacks, abuses, especially female members of my Sangha, called all kinds of names. So much attack is done on them, but I am seeing them standing tall, strong, powerful, holding on to my mission and message, the vision of Kailasa. I tell you, with all this, I got the Shraddha to create a society where Dharma Shastras are enough. Dharma Shastras have strength to be the jurisprudence to transform people. People are matured enough to take the responsibility. Once awakened, people are matured enough to take the responsibility for the collective integrity, collective responsibility. That is why I decided our ecosystem will be Dharmashastra centric. Manuvadi Dharmashastras centric as the jurisprudence. And the next question, big talk of the town, how can he run the nation without tax? Hey, listen, again, plus 30 years of my mission, I am seeing my trust, Shraddha on my Anubhuti, and when this Anubhuti is transmitted to people, translates into various benefits in people's life, in their lives, they voluntarily contribute. We do not have like a systematic structure. Whatever you earn, give 10% tithing. The tradition of tithing, or we do not have whatever you earn, give 1%, 2%, 3%. We do not have any of that tithing structure. But voluntarily, millions around the world, when they see the transformation I cause in their life, the wealth they are showered, the blessings with which they are showered, out of overflowing devotion and gratitude, they are contributing. And Kailasa is functioning. I tell you, I decided to go for abolition of all types of taxes in Kailasa. Made it as a tax-free, just donation-based economy. One important reason, my Shraddha to Paramashiva's blessings, the way he manifests in me, my Shraddha to the Paramadvaita Anubhuti, and my Shraddha on my disciples' devotion and gratitude. When they are transformed, when they are showered with wealth, when Paramashiva gives them everything, how they react, reciprocate with their overflowing gratitude, I am seeing. My Shraddha on Paramashiva, my Shraddha on Paramadvaita experience, my Shraddha on my ability to transmit that experience to all of you, my Shraddha on Paramashiva's ability to bless you all with wealth, my Shraddha on all of your devotion and gratitude and how you all react and respond when Paramashiva showers everything on all of you. All this Shraddha put together is the reason why I decided to go for tax-free economy, tax-free nation without any form of tax, just voluntary contributions and donations. Last 30 years, Paramashiva is running it successfully, making it happen. Apart from all the attacks, all the persecution attempts from all corners, Paramashiva is standing tall, manifesting, making it happen. When something is so successful, why will I not continue to continue? Why will I change it? Paramashiva is real. Paramashiva Jnana is real. Paramashiva Vijnana is real. Paramadvaita Anubhuti is real. My Paramadvaita Anubhuti is real. The Guru Parampara which kept alive Paramadvaita Anubhuti and Paramashiva Jnana, Paramashiva Vijnana from Paramashiva to me is real. When this experience is transmitted, all those disciples, devotees who received this experience from me are real. Their devotion, trust, gratitude towards me and my Guru Parampara is real. Because all these are real, Kailasa became real. I trust in your goodness. I trust in your Shraddha. I trust your devotion. I trust your deep gratitude. I trust your conscious awakening. Here I rest my arguments. You may think, how after being beaten so much with enemies, traitors, all kinds of people, internal, external, how can Swamiji retain so much of love and trust on human beings? Hey, I tell you, I am not talking out of some blind spots or some fantasy or some delusion. No! I am talking to you something most practical. See, when someone is exploitative, abusive, evil, he creates that same vicious circle and same kind of a people, ecosystem, everything around him, and lives and dies in frustration. Even if the outer world, so-called wealth, name and fame, success, power, if all of that is gathered around him, he lives and dies in frustration, depression as evil. If someone decides to do tyaga, create tremendous love, compassion, knowledge-centric, enlightenment-centric civilization and sacrifices, he creates a powerful, virtuous circle. You are good. So when people come to you, they express goodness, and then you express more goodness, they express more goodness, then you express more goodness, they express more goodness. This is called virtuous cycle. I tell you, when you fall in love, even you will be shocked about yourself, how you are able to give so much. Even for you, it is unknown dimension. When you fall in love, you taste your sacrifice dimension and you feel, wow, even I can sacrifice. So love introduces the dimension even unknown to you, raises your trust to sacrifice, raises your confidence on yourself for tyaga. Even you discover your new dimension. Even an ordinary human love, falling in love with human being, can do this. You think Paramashiva's love is something less? Hey, Paramashiva's love enters into you like a spiritual tsunami, awakens so much of tyaga, exactly like Paramashiva. My Shraddha on Paramashiva, my Shraddha on Paramashiva's love for me My Shraddha, that Paramashiva is manifesting through me. My Shraddha, that Paramashiva is able to awaken His love in all of you by pouring His love on all of you. My Shraddha, Paramashiva is able to create that virtuous cycle in you all. My Shraddha, Paramashiva is successful in creating this virtuous circle as an ecosystem. Is the reason I go for tax-free nation, police-free state. Paramashiva is real. I am repeating. Paramashiva is real. His revelations, Veda Agama, Paramashiva Jnana and Paramashiva Vijnana is real. His own descendants, revelations, Manvadi Dharma Shastras are real. His ability to be still available, making himself relevant, his love for humanity, making himself available for humanity is real. The Guru Parampara from him, keeping this Paramashiva Jnana, Paramashiva Vijnana, Paramashiva Anubhuti, Paramatvaita Anubhuti, this Guru Parampara is real. And all of you who received this transformation, this Paramadvaita Anubhutis glimpse and this Jnana Vijnana's glimpse in your life and seeing transformation, your transformation is real. All of this is real. Because of my Shraddha on all of this. I decided we will go for police-free state and tax-free nation. I tell you, I am repeating, each one of you are beings for me. I love you guys sincerely, consciously, from my core. You are not member for me. You are not client for me. You are not one more citizen for me. You are Paramashiva for me. You are potentially Paramashiva for me. You are Paramashiva in manifestation for me. And you are Paramashiva for me. I trust Paramashiva. I trust my Guru Parampara. I trust myself. I trust my ability to transmit this experience. I trust my Sishya Parampara. With this strength, I decided to go for no police, no tax as the policy for Kailas. Inexhaustible trust, inexhaustible positivity, inexhaustible sacrifice, inexhaustible love, inexhaustible joy, inexhaustible inspiration, along with inexhaustible inspiration, clear, practical, down-to-earth vision. I tell you, at least in 50 countries, prisons, we have conducted yoga meditation, transformation programs, and transformed hardcore criminals, hardcore convicted criminals into transformed human beings. And after they are finished their sentences and came out, released from jail, they become such amazing beings. Not only they got absorbed into the society, they've started creating such positive ecosystems around them, demonstrating their transformation. Seeing all this for last 30 years, when we can go into the other countries, so many countries, prisons and transform hardcore convicted criminals, and some of them are serial offenders. Those kind of people we are able to transform by transmitting this superconscious awakening through yoga, meditation, and enlightenment science and Sanatana Hindu Dharma. Inside our ecosystem, can't we transform people? And after all, only those who have transformed through my initiation and experience are even going to apply and come and become citizens and settle down here. In the schools, you may need to teach the basic arithmetics and basic lessons. In the universities, you may not need all of that. You can just directly start teaching great theorems and theories and principles, philosophies. Same way, the people who are going to come and settle down in Kailasa have mastered these basic sciences like how the mind works and how your body mind works and how you are able to handle yourself and what all the things you can't handle yourself. You all know what you can handle yourself, what you can't handle yourself. When you need help from the ecosystem, what you can manage on your own, all of you know the people who are coming. I trust their ability and their responsibility and their goodness. and above all, Paramashiva's grace and his ability to manifest through me and manifest as an ecosystem, and my ability to sit and relentlessly, tirelessly talk, guide, inspire, giving powerful cognitions, raising people, raising their awareness repeatedly. With all this strength, I am making Kailasa tax-free and police-free state and nation. All the devotees, disciples, I request all of you, those who are not coming and becoming Kailasavasis, even them, wherever you are, please start applying these principles which I am sharing in this satsang. You will really become an ecosystem for this virtuous circle. Just start working. People are coming and settling down in Kailasa. You understand and enjoy this ecosystem. Become part of this ecosystem. Celebrate. Dharmo rakshati rakshitaha. When you protect Dharma, Dharma protects you. When you protect the ecosystem, ecosystem protects you. Enjoy this life. But even those who are not able to come and settle down in Kailasa, who are in various places in your own country, in your own places, take this principle in your life, manifest this unending trust, relentless love, unending excitement, ultimate sacrifice for creating love, joy, bliss, peace, enlightenment, consciousness-centric team around you. Go on spending time, energy, time, treasure, talent, all these. After all, we are setting the Kailasa not just for ourselves, to show to the world model community. Panchayati system of Akhadas Parampara, Anubhava Mandapa system of Veerashaiva Parampara Sampradaya, Devasiriya Mandapam system, which was in Tiruvarur of Adishaiva Sampradaya, all these were successful administration systems, successful spiritual ecosystems. It is time, with Paramashiva's grace, we revive it and demonstrate it to the world. I'm so happy to see every SJP intentions to Ishwar sitting all over the world. And Krama, Naishtika, Gurukul, Grihasthas sitting for initiation. I bless all the SJP intention to Ishwars. You will all be showered with wealth. Celebrate these truths I am revealing and radiate it wherever you are. I am talking to each one of you. Not just you contributing some donations to Kailasa. You taking these principles and living in your life. Creating a beautiful ecosystem. Creating this virtuous cycle in your life boldly. And creating this ecosystem around you. Is the ultimate benefit you can do to yourself and to Kailas. So we will now move into initiation of the new Kailasavasis, Krama Brahmacharya, Apat Sannyasis, Gurukul. Every day we are getting thousands of applications. Continuously some 40-50 people are sitting and interviewing. Actually, we have made all the questionnaires through AI. Started giving the questionnaires through AI and interviewing. Oh God! I never expected this large interest from people from all over the world, from all cultures. I tell you. Actually, let me tell you the truths as it is. Kailasa, with its autonomous territory, was ready to receive people many years before. It was ready. I was delaying opening it because I wanted to develop competence for me. For sincere, intense, Tyaga, for a very organized ecosystem. Some of the devotees may smile. You are saying, Swamiji, you are developing competence for yourself. I understand. Paramadvaita Anubhuti Paramashiva has given and he is manifesting. But working through AI, developing all the right questions, interviewing people, organizing data, this competence means making our inspiration into a functional structure. That competence developing took so many years. But even now I feel overwhelmed by the amount of people who want to come and settle down and be part of Kailasa. Oh God, I really thought if I delay the announcement, postpone the announcement, continuously tell I am opening and not announce, I am opening and not announce, people will lose interest. Like the story we have na Panchatantra stories. Oh, tiger is coming, tiger is coming. If you say after 10th time, people will lose, nothing, leave it. They won't bother. It's not coming. So I was also thinking that same logic people will function after I announce 3-4 times and postpone, people will lose interest and we can have our small community and live. But now I am seeing what extraordinary interest. It is like thousands of applications every day. The whole interview structure, I made it into through AI. And even with that, it's overflowing, getting overwhelmed. Paramashiva's grace, good things are happening. At least we are now organized and we have developed the competence to make our inspiration into an organized nation. Like how to give the preliminary, how to do the preliminary interview and what kind of people we want in Kailasa to keep the peace and happiness of the Kailasa and the crime-free atmosphere and happy, enlightened society. The whole training we evolved and AI has helped a lot. AI really helped us a lot in organizing ourselves as a nation. Thanks to AI. For helping us in various levels. I also sincerely recommend all the Kailasavasis who are coming, start working with AI. Get trained from now. Because the whole Kailasa is going to be just smart work, not hard work, smart work through AI. Everything other than your own yoga, spiritual practice, meditation, which you need to do and AI cannot do, but AI can inspire you and support you, monitor you and give a report back to you how you are doing. So that help we are taking from AI. Other than your spiritual practice, AI is going to do everything for everyone in Kailasa. So it is going to be AI nation. When you come and settle down, the only expertise you need is working with AI. Nothing else. We will also train you when you come to the Kailasa. But before even coming, you start from there itself, start working. Even the E-Kailasians, all the SJP intention to Ishwars, in your place, start working with AI to organize your life. It makes your life so well organized and easy. My blessing to all of you. Be blissful.
Nityananda, thank you for watching. And if you found the video enlightening,
Please give it a like, share it with your loved ones, and subscribe to stay connected with us.
don't forget to click the bell icon to receive the notifications.
Oh, oh. As the ultimate manifestation of Paramashiva, Kalyana Sundaramurti, Uma Maheshwaramurti, Sukhasanamurti, Umeshamurti, Gauri Leela Samanvitamurti, Gauri Bharapratamurti. I bless you all with Paramadvaita, Paramashivasya, Kalyana Sundara, Uma Maheshwara, Sukhasana, Umesha, Gauri Leela Samanvita, Gauri Varapratamurtinam, Paramavatare, Paramadvaita Praptaye, Aham Yushmapyam Sarvebhyah, Asishah Datam. Oh, 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 oh. Paramashiva's direct message on this auspicious occasion of Mahar Sankranti.
Established since 2002 in the United States of America, the United Ancient Nations is an intergovernmental organization currently made up of 160 plus members and indigenous nations. The UAN and its work are guided by the purposes and